I read Too Many Losing Heroines, one of the most popular titles of this year. Is it worth reading? Join me and find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Too Many Losing Heroines, and this is one that's been quite popular. I know there was an anime released earlier this year. Now, just a little bit of transparency, I've not seen the anime. I don't have time to watch half of these anime, but I knew this one was quite popular, so I thought I'd check it out, and it was fine. Too Many Losing Heroines focuses on a young man. You know the one, you've seen it in every other light novel. He's a nice guy, but he's not very popular. In fact, he doesn't really have friends because, well, he's a little bit weird and has some weird habits. And he's just gonna end up befriending or potentially falling in love with a wide variety of cute girls. So our protagonist, Mr. Nice Guy, he stumbles upon a confession in which a young girl, a classmate of his, is rejected by her childhood crush, a losing heroine. And subsequently, well, she discovers that he was overhearing it, which sets off a whole tirade of misunderstandings, shenanigans, and tropes that you have definitely seen before. Now, we're not going to focus on Mr. Generic Nice Guy. Why bother? He's not, well, he's the focus, but you're not here for him, are you? You are here for the cute girls, the potential waifu. And yes, these basically carry the story. We have childhood crush girl, we have athletic sports girl, we have awkward cute librarian girl, and we have younger sister. Honestly, they're quite fine. They have their own charms, and you're pretty much very early on going to pick your favourite one and run with it. I like that. A series that has a good premise of focusing on different characters is always something good. Now, I'm going to be honest, the premise is that these are losing heroines and our protagonist is going to witness them being crushed by, well, their crushes. They're going to get rejected for whatever reason because the crushes are already tied up with somebody else. Now, one of the things I couldn't grasp from this is whether or not this was a rom-com and all of the girls are going to end up being in a harem situation, or if they're just going to be friend-zoned by Mr. Nice Guy. I've got a feeling it's the latter from the last one, and it was one of the things that I kind of struggled with a little bit. I couldn't really see any tangible goal. I couldn't decide if this was going to be a harem thing or just kind of everyone friend zone, and they all have weird, awkward shenanigans with the main character. You know the ones, the beach episode. We go straight into the beach episode with this one, and yeah, that's fine. But I was left wanting a little bit more. I didn't really have much to hook myself into. And the fact that I already did one of the biggest tropes in these slice of life harem series was a little bit concerning. In fact, even by the end, I didn't really feel any urge to kind of go out and pick up the next volume. While I liked it, it wasn't anything kind of like, oh, I need to read this more. It was nice having the interactions with some of the various characters, but not a single one of them managed to grip me enough that I really desperately needed to pick up the other volume. Originally I was likening this one to quintessential quintuplets, but with quintuplets I definitely had the hooks in because I kind of wanted to know who we got with in the end. This one, not so much. Now, where this series flourishes is that, like I said, this is going to be one where you are going to pick your best girl and you're going to enjoy it. It is absolutely full of interactions with these various girls, and you know what? They are all quite likeable. And that's pretty much all you need if that's what you want. This isn't going to be a big massive series that you're going to kind of go, oh, it's absolutely peak. And big things aren't necessarily going to happen, such as Rascal Does Not Dream, Chitose, and Monogatari, where, you know, it's all centering around big events and stuff like that. No, but it does have its own charm. It is a very charming series, and if I'm honest, I had fun with it. This is your series that you look towards if you kind of want a little bit of relaxation between other series. Just defeated the Demon Lord and you want something a little bit fun with cute girls, yeah, you're probably going to have a good time with this one. But I think his biggest feeling, at least for me, was the fact that compare this to Chitose, which had a very serious outlook on a girl who gets dumped to the point that it breaks up the friendship, and it delved very much deep into it. This one was kind of treated more as a gag series. It kind of felt that it was a little bit mean-spirited in that they kind of had to rush past and get the girls dumped to kind of latch them onto Mr. Nice Guy. And I never really felt that it kind of focused enough on the girls' emotional scenes. There was a few moments here and there where they were just kind of like, I will always love him and I always will. Not to say it was bad, it was just kind of, it was very safe. It was a very safe series. Too Many Losing Heroines is a very fun series. The girls are pretty likeable. Main character is what you would expect from a light novel, pretty generic, but he's not the focus, and the interactions between the girls and the main guy were likeable enough. It did have the whole beach episode very early on, and I am left wondering where this is actually going to go. I'm sure people are going to shout in the comments and pretty much spoil it because I'm sure the anime went well beyond this, but I don't know, I'll probably pick up a Volume 2 and Volume 3 once they become available, but compare this to, say, Rascal or Chitose, it's left me wanting a little bit more. The scenes that were supposed to be funny weren't incredibly funny. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, this is kind of like bottom of the barrel scraping at this point. But it was kind of tropey, it was kind of what you'd expect. It's basically what I said. It's a likeable series, it's not anything fantastic, but you're going to have a good time with it. I know I'm saying a little bit contradicting, but like I said, I did have a fun time with it. I just wasn't blown away with it like I have been plenty other slice of life harem light novels.